Hey, engagers, and welcome to this episode, this announcement episode of the Professor Game podcast. And you probably, you know, I'm always excited about these episodes. I love recording all of this. But if you notice I'm a little bit more excited, well, you would be absolutely correct. I am over the moon with this announcement right now. As this episode is going live, so is our first community. Free community open to anybody who wants to join this community with a bunch of resources that we will have there. So let's actually just dive in, right? This community, we created it. We decided to create this using a platform called School, right? Skool, School. We like this platform for many reasons. It is, and don't get me wrong, I love the platform, many of the things it's doing. There are things that we would definitely improve if it was entirely up to us. But it does have a bunch of features that get us really, really excited about the potential of what we can build here, right? So this is a community where you can definitely, of course, as a community, and any community, you can interact with any of the other members who are there. Sort of a, social media kind of thing where you can just post on this sort of wall. We have different topics that you can discuss. We have sort of different tags where you can be interacting with different things. So you'll be able to interact and talk to each other. Priceless thing about this is the fact that it is a community. So the community is priceless because it is a community, and we can get so much feedback. We can talk to each other. You can get to know interesting people that you might be excited to work with potentially. I don't know. There's a lot of potential here, and we are just getting started right now. We did a soft sort of pre-launch. I did it internally with my email list. So if you want to be in on everything, make sure you do add yourself to my email list. You'll also join if you join this community. You will also end up in our community. But anyways, that's, a fundamental aspect. When I say we launch a free community, there's definitely a community aspect itself to the community. But it's also now hosting what used to be our free gamification course. It used to be just in audio format, which fitted very well what we were doing at the time. We created a mini series, a podcast series on our free gamification course. I have done some upgrades to the thinking behind this course. There's more stuff in there that you will be able to find, but especially now it's also in a video format and it's hosted entirely on this platform. One of the other things that gets us excited about this platform, and again, don't get me wrong, there is a lot of room for improvement in this, is the fact that this is a slightly gamified kind of community. So in here, you can get points. Yeah, basic is that, points for every like you get on stuff that you contribute to the community. So yes, it is basic, right? So getting likes and points for stuff is relatively basic, but it does ensure that, or at least it's geared towards ensuring that your contributions, you're trying to be useful to the community. And the more useful you are, the better the chances you have of getting likes, right? So the more likes you get, the better you get ranked on the leaderboard. But again, it's not focused on the leaderboard or the points. The idea is that you do this to get access to new and more stuff within the community. So there's the free basic course, then there's a free bonus part to this, which is also there available. So you'll be able to see how some of those things start gearing up. We're also in the process of making sure the onboarding is perfect and fantastic. So I'm not gonna, give all the details here because the community also changes, that the platform might change in the future, but you will have everything you need on that onboarding. And if you're missing something, please do let me know. And at this point, you might be asking, well, Rob, where can I find this community that you're talking about? So if you're already a School member, you can go to School and just type Professor Game. You'll find it there very, very easy. If you're not, or even if you are as well, you can go to professorgame.com/free community, and it'll lead you directly to our page. There, you just click Join Group if you're already a member. If not, you click Join Group. It'll ask you to register to School. You only need to do this once. After that, you can still be in School and do other things with other communities as well. But if you want to join our community, you have to put that in there. You'll answer a few questions that we have for you to make sure that, one, you're human, to a couple of other things as well. However, the most important thing here is that you'll be able to have access to all of this. And there's even some more stuff that we'll be launching. We'll be including there some regular group calls where we can interact live. You'll be able to see me, potentially other members of the community, make some questions perhaps, do some introductions. The idea is that this will be a lively conversation that we'll be having regularly right there at the community. And I can tell you right now, this community is not set in stone. Like the way it works today, if you're seeing this episode the day that it launches, but if you see it in a year from now, chances are that this community will have shifted, will have changed, will have improved to better serve your needs, because we want to make sure that this community stays relevant, stays useful to what it is that you are going through, what it is that you want to get through this community. And one thing I can tell you for sure is that as long as this community exists, because we never know what happens in the future, right? But as long as this community exists, I can assure you this community will remain free. Right? If we create other products and so on, they might be, sort of outside. There might be things inside the community that if you wish, you could purchase, right? But the community itself and all the aspects that are from that community and that I've shared here will definitely remain free. So just like this podcast, which you can access anywhere in the world, except if there are any restrictions I'm not aware of in certain countries, you can access and hear to any one of the over almost 400 episodes at this point that we have of the podcast with fantastic guests. We have a few episodes where it's like this one, just me. But you have free access to all of that. Now you'll also be able to access this community where you can interact with fellow engagers like yourself, where you can get feedback, there's going to be a bunch of features, more and more things that we will be developing in there. So I am super excited. I'm over the moon excited to see you joining there. Shoot me a message, write there something. I am super, in fact, chances are that when you join, you'll get a message from me anyways. So reply to that message, ask me questions, hopefully answer any questions I might have for you. That would be super useful as well. But I am extremely excited for having you right there with us. We want to be there interacting, talking to each other, building a community that makes us all better. In this community where we create engagement, we create loyalty, we help people get motivated, we help our players, our users get motivated into doing these activities that are actually helping their own objectives as well. So again, engagers, professorgame.com/free community. Go there, click join. If you're already a school user, you just join the community and answer the questions. If not, if you're not yet within school, just fill in your data, just like we were registering to a social network. I promise, unless you register for any groups, you won't get anything except this from us, as far as that's how it actually works. And if you want to leave, of course, eventually you'll be able to leave. Well, you're able to leave at any time that you wish. So you just register there for the community. If you in the future want to join other communities, you'll be able to do that with the same registration. It only happens once. But fill in your data, fill in our very few questions that we have there asking you so we can understand you maybe a teeny tiny bit better as well. You'll be joining our email list, so we'll be in contact there as well. And then you will be inside the community, start interacting, introduce yourself, start talking to other members, like what other members are saying, because you find that it might be useful, and start climbing that leaderboard. But more than the leaderboard, start accumulating those points so you start getting more and more bonuses. I mentioned just a few of the perks that are there again today at the day of the launch when we're recording this episode, but there is a lot more stuff coming up. So we're very, very excited for having you right there with us. Engagers, professorgame.com/free community, and I'll see you there.